So this place just opened like 3 days ago.
Absolutely.
They're brand new.
And it was nice because there was nobody here. So you can do a flight, as you can see, on here for the 45, the whiskey tasting flight.
No sharing allowed.
Yeah, that's the bad part.
So I just got to smell it.
Yeah, and each pour is a half ounce, so a half a shot. So you end up with 2 shots if you drink everything. I didn't finish everything, but I enjoyed it. Flavors were really, really nice. Different blends, different flavors coming out of the oaks that they used. I was really impressed with it.
So they had a couple of American oak and a French oak.
Yeah, so they did 2 in American oak. They did one that spent 10 months in a Shiraz oak, and one that spent 10 months in a Merlot.
Oh.
And so, yeah, it was really...
Nice twist on it.
Yeah, and those flavors came out. It was really nice to really kind of taste some whiskeys that really had different flavors. Everything from that old-fashioned-y flavor to start with, which I love. So it's a little sweet, a little spicy.
Yeah.
To even finishing with a chocolate. Not overly done dark chocolate, but just that hint of chocolate in there that really changed the flavor of it. It was nice.
Oh, good. So the first 3 were finished in new oak, and
Correct.
Then the fourth one.
The fourth one was finished in, what was it? It wasn't new oak, and it wasn't bourbon. Merlot. It was finished in the Merlot.
Oh, an old Merlot cask.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah. And the first 2 kind of bourbon style?
Second one was bourbon style.
Okay.
Second one was truly, I mean, you can't call it bourbon because in order to call it bourbon, it really has to have American oak and grain that comes from Kentucky and that whole thing. So it is a whiskey, but it is very close to a bourbon.
Okay.
So
would you recommend it?
absolutely.
Yeah, it was
Absolutely.
worth the cost of the flight, which is 45 Australian. So if you're watching us in the U.S., that's maybe about $30.
Between 30 to 35, yeah.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
it's not as bad as it sounds.
No, and really delicious flavors.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad we drove by this place, and we happened to come in on their first opening week. That was a fun experience in a beautiful tasting room.
Hey guys, it's Tim and Kathy again, and we're outside of Ivanhoe. No, not Ivanhoe, California. We're outside of Ivanhoe Winery.
In the Hunter Valley in Australia. And we just had a great time tasting.
Absolutely.
I'm going to show you some pictures of the outside of this because there's some really cool sculpture art, including this fountain right behind us. So they're about the, Old English Ivanhoe story, so lots of knights and stuff.
Yep.
But they had some really good wines. What do they call it?
The Gusty Big Reds.
Yes.
So they have a lot of Shirazes here. Some blended with different, they've got a Shiraz Cab, a Shiraz Merlot, a Shiraz Chambourcin.
Yes, we just bought it.
There you go.
Well, most years they do a Shiraz Chambourcin, like a 80-20 blend, but this vintage 2022 is, I think she said 70% Chambourcin and 30 Shiraz.
I think it was actually 80-20, but yeah.
Shiraz is Syrah, so anyways, it's a really nice blend.
All right, fun fact about Ivanhoe Vineyard is it's kind of located up here on the hills, and because of that, it has multiple different types of soils. Actually, 2 separate volcanic soils, one up on top of the hill there, and another one that's kind of settled down here into the valley area. So they have an opportunity to really produce some good tasting wine.
They also had the Shiraz Durif.
Durif. So, for you that don't know, because we didn't know either, Durif is actually named after Professor Durif of France, who basically found the Petite Syrah. And that is what a Durif grape is. It is a Petite Syrah grape.
So that's blended with a Shiraz, which is a Syrah. So
There you go. Syrah, Syrah.
Not an unfamiliar blend in California.
No.
But it was really good. We enjoyed it.
Very tasty. So we're going to take some of these pictures around. We need to be careful because they do have poisonous snakes around here.
Red-bellied black snakes.
Red-bellied black snakes and brown snakes.
Yes, and they have spotted them in the last week, and they're extremely poisonous. So
And I'm wearing flip-flops, so we're going to do this carefully.
hopefully we're okay.
Bye.
If you never see this video, then we're dead.
We didn't make it.
First planted 1866. Wow. So Audrey Wilkinson, his family first acquired this in 1866. In 1897, he started helping develop cement fermenters and steam-powered crushers and hoppers. And he won awards for his clarets and fortified wines and died in 1962. But the Audrey Wilkinson vineyards lives on.
Hey guys, here we are at Audrey Wilkinson Vines. And they got some bragging rights here.
Yeah, some of the oldest vines in the world.
Yeah. Now, Australia really did not get impacted by the phylloxera problems of the wine countries of Europe and United States. So that's why we got some of the oldest vines in the world here.
Yeah, because they didn't get killed off.
Yep. Yeah, this vineyard was actually, not this particular one, but this winery started their vineyard in 1866.
Here, though.
Yeah, somewhere around here.
This exact one, but yeah, on their property. Yeah, so we just did the premium wine tasting, and it was really nice. It was really interesting. Of course, they have a Semillon, which is, one of the most popular wines in this area, and a Shiraz. They had a, what was Verdejo.
Not a Verdejo, it's a Verdillo.
Verdillo.
Which is a Portuguese.
No, Verdejo. Oh, yeah. Verdejo is the Spanish one.
Yep.
And it is not related to the
Verdillo.
Verdillo, which is
Portuguese.
Yeah.
So why are we drinking that in Australia?
Interesting. Anyways, I don't know. But it was fine.
Yeah, it was good.
And then the Tempranillo was a little surprised.
Yes.
And he said that they have the oldest Tempranillo in the Hunter Valley.
Yeah, they were the first to bring it here.
Yeah, but lots of people have it now.
Yeah. One of the things we found out about their Tempranillo is it's the 21 the 21 year. This does not make sense. It is the 2021 vintage. That's what I'm looking for the vintage. And they had received so much rain here that it really did, I think, impact how the wine turned out.
Yeah. Well, we've drank a lot of Tempranillo. California, it's a popular grape varietal in the Central Valley where we have done a lot of wine tasting, Central Coastal area. And I think we're used to like a heavier, deeper, peppery or more peppery version of the Tempranillo. And I think the Spanish, is that where it comes from? Spain or Argentina?
No, Tempranillo is a Spanish wine varietal.
Okay. And the Spanish one also, when we buy it in the store, is a heavier, spicier Tempranillo than what we just had. This was good and fine. It was just
more delicate, a little softer in nature.
Yeah, you could definitely tell it got a lot more water here.
Yeah.
Instead of struggling in the drought conditions to develop the grape flavors.
You know what I was hoping for right now?
What?
A little more water here, because standing in the sun, it's starting to get hot.
Yeah, and they said we have to watch out for snakes out here, so we don't want to just stand here and not pay attention for very long.
Time to go. Thanks for joining us with Cheers with us, and we look forward to seeing you again on our next video. Also, please check out our other channels.